Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today it's time for the Kold War Sub-Zero review. Once again you voted on Twitter and Sub-Zero won the race by about 2% over Classic Scorpion. So let's have a closer look and see what he's all about. Kold War Sub-Zero is part of the martial artist class and his passive is called Arms Race. Increases team's power generation and decreases opponent's power generation for each Kold War team member. Kold War Sub-Zero does 50% critical damage against enemies affected by frostbite. Kold War teammates using special attacks have a 50% to cause frostbite. The synergy is Kold War characters do 10% more damage versus Day of the Dead characters. On top, his frostbite chance is at 50%. In terms of his feats of strength, he will have to perform 3000 combo enders to get his rune. For his victory stances, he has to win 750 faction wars fights. For his taunts, he has to perform 1500 special 2 attacks. For his icons, he has to knock out 500 scorpion enemies. For his backgrounds, he has to win 500 matches in battle mode. And for his titles, he has to perform 2000 special 1 attacks. So now let's have a look at his victory stances one by one. And we are starting with victory. The next one is warming up. The third one is Lin Kuei Respect. And exclusive for Kold War Sub-Zero only is Busting Through. And on your victory screen, it will look like this. Sub-Zero's gear piece are the Ice Daggers, and they give you 50% basic attack damage boost, 50% chance to convert 50% damage to health on special attack 2, which is for Sub-Zero characters only, and 50% critical hit chance boost against enemies affected by freeze. Now I'm going to scroll through all his backgrounds so you can see them in all their glory. Next we have the icons. And finally the titles. Kold War Sub-Zero has 2 kinds of combo enders, the first one including ice spikes, pushing the enemy just a little back, which is just great for other follow-up attacks like Special 1 or Special 2. And his second combo ender knocks the enemy just down to the ground with a kind of uppercut scenario. Just be aware that this attack may give the opponent time to block after they got up again. Sub-Zero's basic attacks are easy to chain together, which give him a great opportunity for combos. Sub-Zero's special one is called the Ice Ball, and it has the possibility to freeze your opponent giving you a great chance for other follow-up attacks or even tags, making the Special 1 a very dangerous tool to deal with. On top, you can also knock out your opponents with the Special 1 attack. His Special 2 is called the Ice Clone Smash and also has the potential to freeze your opponent, which, just like in the Special 1, leaves him open for follow-up attacks, and combined with his Ice Daggers, for example, you can deal a great amount of damage, and also the Special 2 is capable of knocking out your opponents. His X-Ray is called the Deep Freeze and it has a shield effect tied to it, reducing incoming damage and especially X-Rays significantly. Interesting to note is if the game is not riddled by bugs, then this shield effect should carry over to other characters, which means you can tag out after Sub-Zero performed the X-Ray and your next character has the shield. The most important part of his passive is of course the Frostbite effect, which causes your opponent to slow down, and it also has kind of a DOT effect on your opponent's power generation bar. Already since his early days as a gold card, Kold War Sub-Zero was always an incredibly strong character, causing massive damage, especially with his Special 2, the Ice Clone Smash. And now as a diamond card with the Frostbite effect, he's a very dangerous character to deal with, especially if you play him with a full Cold War team, because he can gain the fire effect from Scorpion and the shield from Sonya Blade. As far as negatives go, I would mention two things. The first one being that the Special 2, the already mentioned Ice Clone Smash, is pretty hard to perform, especially in this type of minigame, because it simply needs a lot of effort to push him up to 100%, while other minigames of the same sort are way easier for other characters. My personal second negative would be the design of his mask, because he always has this kind of anteater appearance, which looks very odd on Sub-Zero. But luckily this is only a cosmetic issue and has no effect on the gameplay, which is absolutely great for Sub-Zero, and he's without a doubt a character that you should have in your collection.
Thank you for watching Realm. If you enjoyed the slaughter and the bloodshed, you can support the channel by clicking on the like button. You can also click on one of the two videos presented by Baraka here. Also make sure that you are subscribed and click the bell notification icon to be notified upon new uploads. You all know the drill. Wound not kill, have a good one, and see you next time.